Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss third practical of class 12. The name of the experiment is to prepare a temporary mount or slide to observe pollen germination in a given flower. The flower which has been given to you, in the given flower, you have to collect the pollen grains and you have to make a temporary slide or mount to show pollen germination, whether the pollen grains are germinating or not. So this is the experiment, third experiment. Now requirements, what are the requirements for this practical? Requirements are fresh flower, you may take China rose, easily available, and you can take out the pollen grains from anther very easily. Forceps, needle, we need a slide, cover slip, watch glass, microscope, and nutrient medium solution. Nutrient medium. So a nutrient medium is required to promote germination. We need a solution medium which is called nutrient medium to promote germination. Otherwise it will take too much time. To initiate, to promote hasten the process of germination, we have to put nutrient medium on the slide, on pollen grains placed over the slide. So what is the composition of the nutrient medium? So this nutrient medium comprises sucrose 10 gram, we have to take sucrose 10 gram, boric acid 10 gram, magnesium sulfate MgSO4 30 milligram, potassium nitrate KNO3 20 milligram, and we have to take 100 ml of distilled water. 100 ml of distilled water. 100 ml. So this is the what requirement per 100 ml. Per 100 ml we require 10 grams of sucrose, 10 grams of boric acid, approx 30 milligrams of magnesium sulfate, and approx 20 milligrams of potassium nitrate. So we are having the instrument, we are having the weighing box, so machine. With that, with the help of that, we can take the measurement. In this amount, we have to take the chemicals, things, and all these things have to be dissolved in distilled water, 100 ml of distilled water. So this way we prepare the nutrient medium that promote pollen germination. Now let me come to the diagram. See this diagram. So when we rupture the anther, pollen grains come out. Pollen grains are yellowish in color due to presence of pollen kit. Due to the presence of pollen kit, pollen grains are yellowish in color and sticky in nature. Sticky. Okay. So this is the pollen grain which is ungerminated. The pollen grain has not germinated. Okay. So this is the exine wall. And there is intine outer exine. So this wall is called exine. This is thick resistant covering called exine, and exine is made of sporopollenin, which is the most resistant substance chemical known so far. And below the exine there is a very thin intine layer. There is a point where exine is absent, only intine is present. This is the pore-like structure called germ pore. Now the pollen grain, which is set at two cell stage, so there are two cells inside the pollen grain. Inside the pollen grain there are two cells. So this cell having the smaller nucleus, this is called germinating nucleus. This is called germinating nucleus. So this we can write over here, germinating nucleus. or germinative cell. And this is the tube nucleus or vegetative nucleus. Okay? And this is the germ pore. So this is the pollen grain is ungerminated right now. We transfer this pollen grain onto the slide. We put the nutrient medium. This nutrient medium we put on this pollen grain, placed on the slide, and then wait for 10 minutes. You see what happens after 10 minutes. Again, you see after 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So within approx 30 minutes, this pollen grain will germinate and a tube-like structure emerges out through the germ pore. This tube-like structure is called pollen tube, which is the male gametophyte. Okay, and this pollen tube, the content of the pollen grain comes out along with the pollen tube. So the pollen tube contains this nucleus called germinative nucleus and this tube nucleus. So the tube nucleus lies at the tip of the pollen tube, and the germinative nucleus, it lies behind the tube nucleus. This is the pollen grain at 2 cell stage. This is 2 cell stage pollen grain at 2 cell stage. Now what happens at 3 cell stage? At 3 cell stage, the pollen grain will look like this. The pollen grain will look like this at 3 cell stage. Next diagram. So this is the tube nucleus. This one, this controls the growth and direction of the pollen tube. And this germinative nucleus, this undergoes mitosis, one mitosis. So this divides into 2 smaller nuclei. These 2 smaller nuclei are called as male gametes. These 2 called male gametes or male nuclei or male gametes. So a pollen tube, this is the pollen tube at 3 cell stage. This is the pollen grain at 3 cell stage. A pollen tube at 3 cell stage. One cell or nucleus and 2 nuclei lying behind called male nucleus. So the pollen tube nucleus, this does not take part in the process of fertilization. This only controls the growth and direction of the pollen tube. Okay, and these 2 nuclei called male nuclei, which are lying behind the tube nucleus, these 2 nuclei will take part in the process of fertilization. So fertilization takes place twice in case of flowering plants. So this is the diagram. These 3 diagrams we have to make in your copy also, practical record book also. Okay. So now students, let me explain how we make the nutrient medium. To make the nutrient medium, we have to take 100 ml of distilled water. This I have taken 100 ml of, just take this way, I have taken 100 ml of distilled water. It is 100 ml, you can see. This is 100 ml beaker. Now, we have to put in it what things? Sucrose. You have to take sucrose. This is the packet of sucrose. So we have to take 10 grams of sucrose. Then we have to take 10 grams of boric acid. This one is boric acid. We have to take 30 milligrams of magnesium sulfate, MgSO4, and then approx 20 milligrams of of potassium nitrate. So these 4 chemicals, 1, 2, 3, 4 chemicals we have put into this medium. So this is the water. I have taken distilled water. In this distilled water, all these things have been dissolved. Okay, and this is a stirrer. With the help of stirrer, we can dissolve the chemicals. We have thoroughly mixed the chemical in this water, and then it gets dissolved within a few minutes. Okay, now we need a watch glass. This is the watch glass. We have to take some water in this watch glass. This is the slide, and this is the cover slip. You know what is cover slip? You have used earlier also. So slide and cover slip. And we have taken the flour of these things are required to dissect the flour. This is what? Forceps and needle. These 2 things are required to dissect out the flour. So I have taken this flour of China rose. It is not closed. It is not anthesis, means flowering has not taken place. Blooming has not taken place. It is in bud stage. So anthesis has not taken place. So we have to open this flower. So we should, in practical, you will get open flower. But now open flower is not available. Since it is not available, so that's why we are using this flower without anthesis. So we have to open it. We have opened the flower with the help of forceps. The petals have been dissected, separated, removed. Now see this flower, inner part of the flower. In this inner part of the flower, you can see this yellowish structure. This yellowish structure, it looks like kidney or bean shaped. These yellowish structures are anthers. These are the anthers. All these are anthers. Okay, where is carpel or pistil? So this is the pistil. This uppermost reddish part is pistil. This is the stigmatic surface. So it is pentacarpellary. There are 5 carpels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carpels you can count. And the top is called, this is the stigmatic surface. And these are the yellowish, these are the anther lobes. Anther, diathecus anther is there. Okay, so we have to dissect out the anther. We have to take out the anther. We can take out the anther with the help of forceps. We have to take it out, and we have to put it on the slide. You have taken this slide. So on this slide, we have to put the anther. One or two anthers we can put on the slide, and then we have to damage the anther. This anther lobe has to be damaged with the help of, by pressing with the help of forceps or needle. We can press it, we can damage it, and after damaging, what we can find? We can see the pollen grains. You can see the pollen grains out. Pollen grains are inside the anther. If the pollen grains are matured, the pollen grains, after rupturing the anther, damaging the anther, the pollen grains will come out, and the pollen grains will stick to the slide surface. We can visualize this with the help of microscope. With the help of microscope, simple microscope or compound microscope, low magnification 10x, we can see the pollen grain. Okay. After separating the pollen grains, if you see the pollen grains have been separated, yellowish color pollen grains, then rest of the things you can remove. So pollen grains have separated. So now we can remove rest of the things which are now waste. Okay? Now pollen grains have got stuck to the surface of the slide. Now with the help of dropper, we have to put 1 or 2 drops of nutrient medium on it. This is the nutrient medium, a solution containing sucrose, boric acid, magnesium sulfate, potassium nitrate. Now you keep the slide for a few minutes. After putting the nutrient medium, you keep the slide for 10 minutes. Okay, after 10 minutes, Now I am not waiting for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you have to see the slide under the microscope. Now students, I have taken the cover slip. So now let me place the cover slip. The pollen grain on the slide should not dry. So that's why I have put nutrient medium, and nutrient medium contains boric acid, and boric acid is the chemical that promotes boron. It contains boron. So boron promotes the growth of pollen tube. Boron promotes the growth of pollen tube. Boron fastens the growth of pollen tube. So that's why pollen tube will germinate, pollen grain will germinate, and pollen tube will develop within few minutes due to what presence of boron. Now let me place the cover slip. Now I am placing the cover slip gently over it. Now 10 minutes over, we can see the slide under the microscope. We can see the slide under the microscope. So place the slide under the microscope after 10 minutes, and you try to observe whether pollen tube has come out or not. So the pollen tube has not come out. Pollen tube means pollen grain, it has not germinated. So we have to wait for next 20 minutes. Till that time we can do other activities in the lab. Okay. So now 20 minutes over. So after 20 minutes again I would like to see the pollen grain on slide. So after 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, now we can visualize that a very small thin pollen tube has come out, has emerged out through the germ pore. Okay, its nuclei are not clearly visible, but we know that it possesses two nuclei, one tube nucleus, another germinative nucleus, and afterwards this germinative nucleus will divide and will give rise to two male nuclei or male gametes. So now the pollen tube is thin, very thin, delicate pollen tube has come out through the germ pore, and it has got a dark spot that may be the nucleus. So up to this level we have discussed the pollen germination by putting nutrient medium. Now we can visualize the pollen grain has germinated on the slide. So similarly, when the pollen grain fall upon the stigmatic surface on stigma, the stigma is also having the moisture. Moisture content is required, and stigma secretes nutrient medium, and due to that nutrient medium and presence of moisture content on the stigma, pollen grain germinates on the stigmatic surface naturally. Now it is artificially we are doing in the lab. So that's all about the experiment. So this experiment has been completed, and I have seen the pollen grain after 25 minutes. I have seen the pollen tube, a small thin pollen tube, delicate pollen tube has emerged out, has come out.